Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 15, The Reunion Part 1. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted shows, reality shows, and also the reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all, I have a few more things I want to say about this Met Gala. And it boils down to me, just me, feeling like a lot of the ladies were working out of spite. Particularly Jackie, Heavenly, Simone, Quad, and a little bit of Contessa. All being mad that Toya and Eugene did not donate last year as far as money wise. They donated wine. And it's like, okay, we're going to put this task on you and you being in charge of this Met Gala so that you can see what it's like to run a Met Gala and how hard it is. And we're going to do this in hopes that you failing, which if we're working in that capacity, you're more working out of spite for Toya and not the event itself. And you would think that you want an event that has your name on it, that has your face on it. You would think that you would want it to succeed. But since y'all want to be so spiteful against Toya, we're going to put you in charge of this and hoping it fails. Like, forget about the people that we're trying to help. We're more angry at you than more about wanting to help somebody else. Mimi, it is feeling like she still has not gotten over the fact that Toya threw her out of her house. So every chance she gets that it can go against Toya, she's going to do that. And then she and Steve showing up with their shoulda, coulda, wouldas, like, well, we could have bought something like this. We could have did this. We should have did this. We would have did this. It was like, y'all already said that y'all was not going to donate. But now that we're saying that you need to pay to get into this event, you're mad about it. Now you're going to bring up what you could have done. But like, no. It's like y'all decided not to donate out of spite for Toya. Mainly Mimi, because she still has not gotten over the fact that y'all threw her out of the house. Toya is saying she's running in this working out of spite. Oh, so y'all think y'all gave me this position so I failed? Y'all gave me this position because y'all mad because I didn't donate last year. So therefore, now I'm not going to communicate with you guys of anything I got going on. I'm going to do it all by myself. One, to despite you, and two, I'm not going to ask for your help because I don't want you to take credit for it. Again, working this way, I'm so angry with you, I'm going to do it this way, and me doing it this way is going to harm the people. Not so much as harm, but it's going to affect the people that we're actually trying to work with. Angel and Brandy, they are the only ones innocent in this situation because they came and they donated. Yes, they wanted to have their opinions, but they didn't make a whole big deal out of it like a lot of the other ladies. Again, working out of spite. I'm so angry with you and what the issues that we have going on. I want this to fail, so it's on you. Yes, it's going to affect the people that we're trying to help, but long as I can say a hi to you, that's all that matters. And that's what it was feeling like when it came to the Met Gala. Toya and Eugene's relationship and how she talks to him is always a topic of discussion because a lot of people don't like it. I don't like the way that they communicate with each other, but then again, that's not my relationship, and that seems like how they roll. And I be wanting to defend Toya, but then she makes these statements where people can use it as ammunition against her later, and then she gets mad about it. Like, if you wouldn't say certain things, then they wouldn't use these certain things against you when Mad Day comes. And I think it's a lot of people on the show, they don't like that. Basically, to me, this is to me alone, Toya and Eugene and Simone and Cecil are the ones on the show that are showing the good, the bad, and the ugly of their relationship. We've seen Toya and Eugene have financial issues. We've seen Toya and Eugene, moving house to house. We've seen Eugene working lots and lots of hours so they can pay off their debts. We see them with their kids and all these other things. We see this. We see Simone and Cecil, them, the ups and downs of their relationship, dealing with their sons, dealing with their disrespectful sons. Toya, not Toya, but Simone being upset about how things are going and how she want to retire, but she can't do that because she has entitled children that she has entitled, and now she's mad that they're being entitled because she raised them to be entitled. Like, they're showing the good, bad, and ugly of their relationship. As far as Heavenly, let Heavenly tell it, nothing goes wrong in our house. Everything is peachy. Perfect marriage ever. Jackie, make it seem like nothing's going on in the house, even though we can see the disconnect between she and Curtis. And that's one thing I do appreciate about Toya and Eugene and Simone and Cecil. They show the good, bad, and the ugly. But I just wish Toya would stop making these statements and then getting mad when somebody throws it in her face on Mad Day. Quad in her relationship with King. Viewer asked, was this like a fake relationship for the show? And Quad's like, she don't have the mental capacity to plan out a storyline, fake or not, for the show. She just does not have it in her. And I believe that their relationship was real. I just think it was going faster than what I personally would have thought it should have gone. And she lets us know that, like, that relationship was real. Her wanting to have a baby was real. Like, all the time and the money she spent on the IVF process. Add on to the fact all the emotional and the physical and the mental of going through trying this, like giving your shots every day. I'm pretty sure that it's painful. Like the emotion of like, okay, is this gonna be the time we this actually takes, and then the emotion of it didn't take this time. Like like the mental of like, oh my goodness, why isn't this working? It's like, I'm pretty sure that put a lot on their relationship, and I'm pretty sure that put a lot on her. Like medication making her gain weight. Now, me as somebody who my weight has fluctuated a lot over the years, mainly because of medication I've been put on. And if y'all go back to my videos from 2023 and then you skip over to late 2025, you can see the difference. You can see the difference from late 2025 to now, and how I've lost a lot of weight because of the medication I'm on, prednisone. They've lowered it a lot. And I understand about the fluctuation of the weight and how you're not feeling right in your body because of you fluctuating in your weight. So I can understand where she was going through. Like, this medication got me up, got me down. My hormones out of whack. My emotions out of whack. Like, a lot going on. Now, Contessa says King seems like he was more in it for you getting a baby and not y'all getting a baby. And I felt that too. The question was brought up of like, why would y'all bring a baby into the situation when y'all can't even agree on a house and y'all can't even agree on a marriage? And I don't think Quad wanted those things. Quad wanted a baby. She didn't want the marriage because she'd been there and done that. She don't want to give up her house because she's worked hard to get this house. And King was coming from, he don't want to be moving into a woman's house, and Quad don't want to get rid of her house. She's like, he is a good co-parent, therefore, if it don't, basically, he's a good daddy to his daughter. And if it doesn't work out, then he'd still be a good daddy to our child. But this is me, the way that he was treating her and talking to her, I don't think that would have been it, because if he's treating and talking to you like this, how is he going to treat and talk to your child like that? If he's not having respect for you, why would you want to bring a child into that? I did not like how this season, I don't know, maybe it was last season, it was like, this is a different man, he's treating her well, he's a lot better than Greg. And we had on rose-tinted glasses. We wasn't seeing him for who he is. Or like some of us weren't seeing him who he is. And then we come back this season and we're seeing it, but like maybe we just, reading too much into things. Because I know I tend to do that a lot. I tend to read into things that are not there. But as time was going on, I'm like, no. The and you can see how she is responding, and it's like she's trying to play off what he's saying like it's not a big deal, but her body is telling on her that she is not liking the way he is treating her. And I said this before, I don't think it was meant for these two people to have a baby together. It's sad. I don't know if it's Quiet wants to be a mother or she wants to have a baby. Because if it's just, wanting to be a mother, adoption is always an option. And I know it's probably a little harder being a single mother. And the life that she lives, it may be a little harder. But I just don't think King was the person that she should be having a baby with. Y'all, I totally forgot that Contessa and Brandy had like a small beef going on, because it seemed like Contessa was mad that Brandy's husband, sent her out on her birthday to have dinner with her friends on him, while Contessa had to not only plan her own birthday party, she had to throw her own birthday party, and then she got mad about it. But like, when they brought it up at the reunion, like, Contessa, you was mad about the situation. Because you got on the screen and told us that you had never had a birthday party before. So that means all these 20, almost 30 years that you have been with Scott, he has never once thrown you a birthday party at all? And you had to wait till you this late in life? I'm not age shaming at all, but like, she is of an older woman. Like, you waited to this late in life to finally you decided, hey, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna throw not only plan it, but throw your own birthday party and then have brunch the next day, then complain about it. You were mad that you had to do all these things by yourself. So when you come to this dinner, that Brandy's husband was like, hey, go out with your girls, have a good time, it's on me. You're mad that he decided to do this to her. Then you got to comparing things. But like, it's not a comparison. One was a party and one was a dinner. And Brandy was like, I had multiple parties. This was just a dinner for me and my girls. And let's not act like it wasn't Heavenly was the one being shady. Because before Contessa got there, Heavenly was like, oh, your husband did this for you? Oh, your husband, he decided to let you have, pay for you and your girls to have dinner. And Contessa had to throw her own party, throw it and plan it herself. Heavenly was the one being shady. But for whatever reason, Contessa, you mad at the situation and you taking that on Brandy, and Brandy ain't did nothing. And now you wanna low talk the restaurant. Like, why do I gotta thank your husband because he's sitting? I don't know, maybe because it's a polite thing to do because he paid for your meal. I don't know, like, when my husband does something for me, thank you, babe. Oh, I was at the store. He at the store. Oh, you need anything? Oh, no, thank you. Or, like, yeah, get that for me. Thank you. Because you're doing something for me. If somebody just, hey, y'all, I'm paying for dinner, thank you. It wasn't like she was doing that, like, the husband was doing that for the thanks. It's like, y'all, like, maybe that's just me and maybe I'm just tripping. But I feel like if somebody is paid for my dinner and they on FaceTime, I'm going to be like, oh, thank you for doing that for me. Or, like, Brandy, when you get home, thank your husband for me, and then when I see him again, I will thank him personally, but I want you to let him know, thank you. I don't want to wait till I see him again. I don't want to call him because I don't know him like that, and that's your husband, but thank him for me. First, I'm going to thank you on the FaceTime. When you get home, tell him thank you again. And when I see him, I'm going to say thank you. And maybe that's just me, but that seemed like the polite thing to do. But Contessa's in here like, well, I got to get on the FaceTime with your husband and thank him. It's like, maybe it's just being polite. This man paid for your meal. It may not have been a restaurant that where you would have went to, but you still showed up and you still ate. But you complaining because you're mad that you had to do all these things for yourself and your husband wouldn't do these things. And you mad that this man paid for your dinner and his wife's dinner and everybody else at the table dinner. Didn't make no sense to me. I don't want to tell people that they should get over things because I too can hold a grudge. But it seems like Mimi is doing a lot when it comes to her anger with Toya. Because Toya kicked her out of the house. Like, Toya kicked told a lot of people to get up out of her house. And it seems like Mimi is the only one that's holding on to it so much. It's so much so that Mimi can pinpoint how Toya can go low when she's talking to people, but not when it comes to Heavenly. And they are both the same when it comes to me. They both go low and say some messed up things. But for whatever reason, when Toya does it, it's the end of the world. But not when Heavenly does it. It's very confusing. And then Mimi admitting that she don't know Toya like that for real, but still went and told Brandy that she should be careful around Toya because Toya was like talking trash about Heavenly at Heavenly's campaign. It's like she's following behind Heavenly. I don't know if it's I want to be a part of the cool group crew. With Heavenly and Jackie, and she's like leaning over there to them because Heavenly says some messed up things all the time. Toya says some messed up things all the time, but it's okay when Heavenly does it, but not when Toya does it. It's very confusing to me. I'm not going to agree with either one of them, and I'm not going to sit there and tell Mimi you should just let it go, but it seems like she's hanging on to it so much that it's like they're not going to be able to move forward because the fact that Toya kicked her, not just her and Steve out the house. Toya kicked a lot of people out of the house, mainly because she was drunk and she didn't want to hear about what y'all was saying. But it seemed like everybody else was like, oh, that was just Toya. She kicked us out of the house. Oh, well, we going to be hanging out next weekend anyway. And they didn't just forgot about it and then let it go. But Mimi is just hanging on to it and just won't let it go. So much so that it carried on into the Met Gala situation, so now the husbands is going at it. I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm reading into things, but it seemed like Curtis is the one that got things started between Eugene and Steve. Because the men back there, they're not saying anything, and Curtis makes a statement what's up with you, Steve? You seeming kind of off. Now, I'm paraphrasing. Now, this is when Eugene and Steve get into it, and I'm sorry, but I'm kind of on Eugene's side because in Jamaica, Steve let it be known while they was talking about the Met Gala, and each family was like, yes, we're going to be donating. My family's going to be donating. My family's going to be donating. Steve was like, well, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be donating. I already donate to the Morehouse School of Medicine, so we will not be donating. And they was like, okay, cool. Well, to me, and I'm going to say me, it feels like they did this to spite Toya because Toya was in charge, so I'm not going to donate. But then got mad that they had to buy a ticket. Like, I was determined not to put any money into this because Toya's in charge, and now I'm mad that I have to buy a ticket to this event. That's what it's seeming like it's coming off to me. Like, Eugene didn't even know they was going to show up because, you said you wasn't going to donate, so why did you show up? And then Steve was like, well, I paid my money. So, so you paid it, so why are you angry about it now? And like I said, I think he's angry now because they was determined to spite Toya and not donate. And they were going to show up. Oh, we got a table with Jackie so we don't have to pay. And Toya and G was like, no, you have to buy a ticket to get in. Because it was almost, and I can see where Toya and Eugene was coming from. Y'all didn't donate and y'all just want to show up for free. And this money is going to help out people. So you got to pay your $150 each to get in. And they didn't want to do that because they wanted to spite Toya. Now, that's just what I'm getting at. And I just think it's so funny that Steve can defend Mimi, but when Eugene does that with Toya, it's wrong. Because they're both doing the same thing. Eugene's trying to support and defend his wife. And Steve is doing the same thing, but when Eugene is doing it, Steve was like, you want to be in women's business, you want to be a woman. It's like, no, he's defending his wife just like you're defending yours. And Curtis, you are the last person to be saying somebody is not going to admit anything. The things that you've done in this show, I'm going to need Curtis to completely and utterly sit down somewhere. Shouldn't you be on a golf trip somewhere? Shouldn't you be going through the Atlanta airport with somewhere? Shouldn't you be in Hilton Head with somewhere? Shouldn't you be somewhere grabbing somebody and pulling them in your lap? Shouldn't you be somewhere hugged up with some woman around your arm around someone's waist? I'm sitting there like, Curtis, I'm going to need you to stop, because in the first place, you was the one that started this. They hadn't even brought up the Met Gala. And Steve, he was like, it was almost like he was trying to punk Eugene, and Eugene wasn't even on that at all. I was like, bro, what are you doing? I didn't even know y'all was coming to the Met Gala. It was fine, but you come over to me talking about the shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's like, we could have done that, but y'all worried about that little $300. We could have bought this. If you was going to do that and you was about that, you would have done that. But y'all didn't want to do that because y'all didn't want to put any money into this. Seeing this, it wasn't even. I could see if y'all didn't want to put any money into this because it was going to Toya. This wasn't even going to Toya. It just happened to be Toya was in charge of this event, and y'all didn't want to put no money into it because y'all didn't want it to be a success because y'all was still mad at Toya. Heavenly discussed Damon Jr. having a mental health episode, which led to his arrest. And this is when they discuss how a lot of people who were in jail, instead of getting the mental health help that they need, they are being put in jail where there's no help, and they're further spiraling down into their mental health issues. Now, luckily, Damon works in the ER, and he had people who work in the ER that was able to help Damon Jr. get into a facility where he's at, but Heavenly has yet to speak to Damon Jr. And I don't have any kids. I didn't say this before, but I can only imagine the heartache knowing that your child is in a mental health state and there is nothing you can do about one, and then you are not even talking to your child. Well, it's like, I don't want to get into politics and all that stuff, but it's like, it's messed up that we're living in a country that's supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and, you know, the land of opportunities, and so many people cannot either afford health care, whether it's for medical or mental, and people are working themselves like a dog and can't take off even if they're sick. It's just sad. And the fact that there's like so many people who need the help in a mental facility, instead of that, we're sending them to jail and possibly to prison, where the prisons are making money, the people who own the prisons are making the money, and the people who have these mental issues that couldn't get the help that they need are being sent there, where somebody's lining their pockets. I know I didn't say I wanted to go there, but I'm glad they're talking about it and putting awareness to that a lot of people in jail don't need to be in jail. They need to be in a mental facility so they can, you know, get evaluated, so they can get on a type of medication, they can get on a type of treatment, so they're not having, or they're lessening the chance of having more mental health issues. But no, we're going to put them in jail to where the taxpayers are dealing with that instead of our tax money going to help the people. Jackie has found herself yet again straddling the fence and not wanting to take a side where it comes to Simone and Heavenly. We've been there, we've done that. And it feels like when she does that, she's more leaning towards taking Heavenly's side. Because Heavenly is said more than once, and she's saying it on this show, how she was so scared of Simone, how Simone grabbed her arm, and how, you know, she was so aggressive, she was so violent, and she was so this, and she was so that. And my thing is, Heavenly, in order for Simone to take your arm off of her shoulder, you had to have put your arm on her shoulder. All she did was simply was like, I ain't fooling with her, and took your arm off. The way Heavenly is portraying this, as she was standing there and she went to wave at somebody, and Simone grabbed her hand and swung it and threw her across the room. And this put her in so fear of her life that she didn't know what to do. That she was so scared that she spent multiple episodes letting everybody know how frightening it was. And it was like, it was simply, you came over there on some ha-ha stuff and put your arm on her shoulder, and Simone wasn't in this ha-ha move, and she simply took your arm off of her shoulder and walked away. And this is when you went full on, oh my goodness, I am so scared of my life. Now, Simone has found an issue with Jackie because on multiple occasions, Jackie never clarified things. She's on this, oh, I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, or I didn't see what was going on. And even when the show aired, it wasn't oh, now that I see what happened, and it wasn't true. And it's like, this is Jackie's MO. She sees something happen. She don't want to take sides when it comes to friends, but is always leaning towards, I'm taking Heavenly side. And she's not going to apologize until the viewers start coming at her. And then it's like she has no choice, so now she's going to say something. And at this point, Simone is tired of dealing with it. It's like, this woman was making allegations that could have affected my career, and she's still going on about how she was fearful and how aggressive I was and how angry I was. Now, granted, Simone has been some times where she has been yelling and she has been cutting up several fools. I'm not going to sit here and act like she has not done that in the past. But in this particular situation, when it came to her and Heavenly's putting it on her like Simone was being so violent with her when she was simply taking your arm, Heavenly, off of her shoulder. And now you're making this to something bigger than what it is. And now you got Jackie in the middle of this. Jackie's putting herself in a situation where she's always trying to play both sides of the fence. She's trying to straddle the fence, and at this point, Simone is tired of dealing with it. She's tired of, it's always, when it comes to Jackie and Simone, it's always because Simone feels that Jackie does not hold Heavenly accountable. And that is because Jackie likes to use Heavenly. I'm just going to say that. It feels like that to me. That Jackie, she want to say some things, but she want to be the nice guy, even though she is not the nice guy at all. We've seen that over the years, how judgmental she is and the things that she says. But Heavenly's going to say those things. And all Jackie got to do is, oh, Heavenly, don't do that, even though I totally agree with you, and that's, my essence. I totally agree with you in every aspect. I cannot say that, but you can. And Simone is basically tired of that, and I don't know how they're going to go on with their friendship with things going on like this. That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you were new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, for $99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face with a video. You can click on it, you can like it, and you share it to your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. And this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.